Hi friends, welcome back. My name is Katrina and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my favorite home decor knitting patterns and like knitting inspiration for home decor. So hopefully this gives you some ideas of things that you might have not thought of that you could make before for your home and that you can knit. I find a lot of times these things are crochet, but if you don't know how to crochet, don't worry, these are all just knitting patterns, so you can make all the different kinds of things for your home. Another reason I really like knitting home decor is because I'll often be able to do some stash busting, because sometimes I'll buy yarn and I'll think it'll be right for a garment, but then it'll end up being a little bit too scratchy for my skin, or maybe it's just not exactly what I was thinking for a particular garment, but then it could work really well for home decor. Sometimes home decor requires specialty yarn too, so that's another thing to keep in mind. Overall, it's very fun to have pieces in your home. I feel like it's such a beautiful reminder when you step into your living room or in your space and you see something that you've made being useful. I just feel like it's such a good feeling. So with all that being said, I'll get into talking about some home decor knitting pieces. My first suggestion for a home decor piece is a tissue box cover. I think these are so gorgeous, and let's be real, like tissue boxes can be so unsightly sometimes and just not nice to keep around, but my nose gets super runny and I always need tissues around, so this is such a great solution to make it really beautiful and to want to have this in your home. So my pattern recommendation for a tissue box cover is the Typical Tissue Box by Typical Bliss, and I think you guys already know that I'm obsessed with linen stitch right now because I'm releasing a pattern at the end of this week, I guess, when this video comes out, with linen stitch, a linen stitch scarf called the Lichen Scarf. So that's coming out at the end of the week. But anyway, as you can tell, I'm obsessed.
No, I don't think you understand. I'm obsessed.
It's just been on my mind lately, I guess. And I had this pattern in mind when I was planning on making this video, and I didn't even realize it was linen stitch till I looked at the details for it. So yes, what can I say though? It's such a beautiful stitch for in home, and it mimics the look of woven. So if you don't weave, then this is a really great solution for you, because I don't weave. I don't have space for a weaving loom in my apartment, so it's nice to get that effect with knitting. So this pattern only takes 93 grams of yarn. It is one size, and the suggested yarn is the Burn at Home Deco yarn. I got bamboozled, you guys. It says you need a crochet hook. This is a crochet pattern. We're off to a bad start. And I just went off saying, don't worry, these are all knit. You don't have to know how to crochet. The shame. What do we do about this? What do we do about this? Oh my gosh. Oh, shoot. I really messed up this. You know what? I have 10 patterns to share with you guys today, and one bonus one. So that was the bonus one. It's crochet. The idea is still the same though. You don't necessarily need a pattern to make this. I'm just giving a suggestion of a pattern that I think works really well, but realistically you could go ahead and just like knit a tissue box cover up on your own. Unfortunately, I can't find a really great option for one for you guys, but the idea is there. The inspiration is there, so apologies, but I have a bonus. That's the bonus one. So anyways, the next suggestion are pillows. Obviously, people know about knitted pillows. That's common, but really intricate, beautiful colorwork pillows are very, very cool. You could definitely get the same kind of effect as like cross-stitch pillows by taking the time to do some really pretty color work. And you can knit any type of pillow, but really I think the color work ones are very, very cool. So my suggestion, and this is something that I want to make so badly, I think I want to do this exact color palette that they did as well. So my suggestion is the Vermeer cushion by Wilma Malcolmson. The colors, as you can see in this pillow, are inspired by the painting Milkmaid by the artist Johannes Vermeer. And the colors in this are really, really beautiful, and I really love the color work and the shapes of the color work. I don't know if these colors would work well with the rest of my home decor, but I think they are so beautiful. So I might have to just like have not matching stuff, or I could change the color palette to kind of work with what I already have going. But this pattern is so pretty, and I think it's really worth the time and effort to put into this to make it really, really beautiful. And like I said too, it's a great way to stash bust if you had a bunch of fingering weight yarn, because this isn't fingering weight. If you had a bunch of sock yarn laying around or scrap, you could do a gradated version with all your different scrap sock yarns. Totally just depends what you're into for this one, but I think this is just such a cool idea to have really pretty accent pillows. The needle size is 3mm needles and 2.75mm needles, and it's fingering weight. That is their Vermeer cushion, but overall cushions, I think it can't go wrong for homeware. My next suggestion are hand towels. I think you can never have too many hand towels, and knitting your own hand towels is a great way to have like decorative hand towels, and then you can have like the ones that you more use, but then you're like, no, these are the special hand towels, you don't use them, okay? They're just supposed to be there to be pretty. So you can be that person now that has hand towels that are just to look at. And I want to be that person. I want to have like the really pretty hand towels out to look nice on display, and then the other ones like hidden away or whatever that we actually use. I think that could be me one day. I could be that person, who knows? So anyway, my suggestion for hand towels are the Color Field hand towels by Pearl Soho. Okay, this is a free pattern. This looks like a linen stitch to me. It doesn't say, yeah, it's worked the 2 color spaced out linen stitch. Huh, interesting. So it's 2 color linen stitch. Very cool. Once again, like I said, I'm obsessed with linen stitch. I guess you can achieve linen stitch with crochet too, because that's what the typical bliss pattern said. There's a lot of linen stitch on this list, I guess. But it's so great for home decor. Oh my gosh, so pretty. But anyway, this is a free pattern, and it's sport weight yarn recommended and 100% cotton yarn recommended too, which makes it really absorbent and nice. So you could, in theory, actually use these. They don't have to be just decorative. It's knit on US 7, so 4.5mm needles. Overall, I think this is such a lovely, very simple pattern that you can take and use whatever colors work for your home and really make it work for your decor, or just keep them super, super plain. Like you don't even have to do the 2 colors, but you could find your own preferred pattern for hand towels. But for me personally, I recommend the Color Field hand towels. They're so pretty. So that's what I'll say about that. My next suggestion for home decor knitwear is knitwear. Would it be called knitwear if it's for not wearing? Does that make sense? Knitwear. It would just be like knitting. Knit pieces? Knitwear? I'm just gonna call it knitwear, I guess. So the next pattern for home decor is a washcloth. So this is actually a very useful item, as well as it is like a home item. You could use this once again in your washroom just to be decorative, but it is actually very practical. The one that I am suggesting is once again by Pearl Soho, and it is the waffle stitch that's a mouthful. The waffle stitch washcloth by Pearl Soho. And this is very practical because of the waffle stitch. It makes it textured so that you can use it as a washcloth, which is really great. And once again, it's sport weight yarn, and this is 100% linen yarn used. So very cool. I think you could interchange linen or cotton for this. Same thing with the washcloth, or sorry, same thing with the hand towels. Linen or cotton would probably be great. Very practical, cute little simple squares, and I really love the colors shown in the sample, but you could totally make colors that match your towels, like your bathroom towels, and have your little washcloths be as close as you can get yarn wise to matching those, and that could be really cute in the bathroom. So yeah, I really like this idea. I think it'd be very nice. Okay, my next idea for home is a lot of us have these hot water bottles that you know, use if you're sore, you need to heat a part of yourself, or if you have a cat, they like them too. Something I've been seeing lately is people coming out with covers for them, and knit covers for them are so cute and so fun, and you can really make your little heated water bottle unique to yourself and really fit your personality. So I think this is such a fun home decor piece, and then that way you don't feel like you have to hide it away somewhere. Like, it could be a bit of a little decor piece in your home too, especially if it's something that you use all the time. This is a great way to like have it on display sort of, or have it out more. So there, like I said, there are a lot of patterns for these because these have become very popular, but my suggestion is the Hottie sweater by Suzanne Muller, and this is just a cover made in boucle yarn, and it just gives it such a cute look. I know for a while with home decor and like home styling, boucle had a moment and it was very, very popular, and I still feel like it's so iconic and so beautiful. Like, imagine pillows and blankets even with the boucle. It could be really, really pretty, or even like covers for chairs. That could be really interesting too. But anyway, this is a great way to dip your toes in boucle. I will warn you, boucle yarn is very, very hard to work with. I actually tried knitting with it one time. I made a little sweater and it took me a long time to get through because it's really hard to not insert your stitch into one of the little loops and like go properly into the core actual yarn piece of it all. So it can be very tricky to work with, but this is a great way to just test it out and see if you really like working with it. So this is in bulky weight yarn as well, which is nice because then this project will go by really, really quickly. So you don't have to stress or fuss over this too much. It's knit on 4.5mm needles, and the pattern is available for €2, about €2, 2.10 euros. I don't know what their change is called. €2 and 10 piece, or 10 cents? Is it still cents? I don't know. But that's okay. Oh, schnitzel. It's probably all in German, isn't it? What language? Oh, it's available in English. Thank goodness. Whoa. I almost had a situation there. So do not fret, the description is in German, but it is available in English, this pattern, which is lovely. I'm just looking at some of the project photos and they're very cute. So yeah, this is super fun. Definitely inspires me to want to make more home pieces with boucle, because you could have a little collection. The tissue box cover with boucle. Oh, that could be interesting. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. My next suggestion, and this is really great if you have a lot of scrap yarn, but you could make a knit felted wool dryer ball. So this is the knit felted wool dryer balls by Janelle Wood, is this pattern example, and I think it's just free instructions on how to essentially make these. Obviously, you're going to need 100% wool so that it will felt. This pattern calls for worsted weight yarn, but I don't think it matters. I don't think you need to worry about that. As long as you have 100% wool, you can definitely make these dryer balls, and they are so handy if you have leftover yarn. Just like wrap it all up, do the whole thing, and then you've got these dryer balls so you can throw them in whenever you're washing something to not have static. Obviously, that's what dryer balls are for. But yeah, this is a really cute little home piece that is super easy to make and very useful, very practical, which I like that a lot of these are very practical pieces as well as being decor and pretty. So my suggestion number 7 for homeware is a blanket. You could totally make a knit blanket. There's lots of options for these. They range from super bulky like finger knit blankets, which I don't necessarily recommend depending on what kind of yarn you use. A lot of times when that was trending, people were using just roving to knit these, and then the blankets would completely get ruined because the yarn isn't strong, and it's not yarn, it's roving. Like, it's not gonna like be good to knit with or make something with. So I would be careful with that, but the actual big, huge, bulky, like acrylic yarns and things like that, those can work well for if you want to do really, really bulky knit blankets. And then they can range to all the way to teeny, teeny, tiny, like fingering weight blankets, which I could see taking forever. But some people even make temperature blankets, and if you haven't heard of temperature blankets, basically you make a code with different yarn colors of the temperature of the climate outside where you live. And so every day you do a row of knitting in the color corresponding to what the temperature was out that day. And then by the end of the year, you have 365 rows of different temperatures. So that's what a temperature blanket is, and that is a really fun option too for blankets. But yeah, there's lots and lots of options out there. My suggestion is this Winterland 3-stitch blanket by Jessica Reeves Potaz, and this is a free pattern. It's knit with super bulky, so it shouldn't take too long as far as blankets go, and it's knit on 10mm needles, so once again, quite large needles. It is a throw blanket, so it's a very nice decorative blanket, but it uses a 3-stitch pattern to create these really interesting textures and interesting stripes. It also looks very soft and very cozy. And I'll just throw in one more blanket suggestion because this blanket is very, very cool, but this is the Moonstone Plaid Blanket by Alexandra Tavel. And this was very popular, but this one is a paid for pattern. The other one is free, so totally up to you which one you prefer and what you rather go with. But this is $4.50 US. And once again, bulky weight and 10mm needles. So this one is knit, and then you go through and you have to use your needle to weave in to do the, what's it called? The plaid effect, I believe. Yeah, so exactly. So you knit the whole thing and then you use a weaving technique at the end to achieve the plaid look. So it is quite an endeavor to take on, but it has such a beautiful effect after, so I'm gonna put this on the list as well. It'll be linked in the description as always. But yeah, this is a very, very fun blanket pattern as well. Okay, this is a super fun idea and it is beautiful, but it's also super, super practical, especially for us knitters. So this is the Armchair Caddy by Joanne Fabric and Craft Stores. So shout out Joanne for making this pattern for us. But essentially, it's just a little caddy that you add to the side of your couch, or you can attach to the side of your couch, and it has little pockets so you can put your remote or knitting needles, a project that you're working on, anything you want essentially. So this is super practical, really cute, and you can totally match it to the rest of your decor to really suit your place. And it definitely gives the very old school kind of charming look of when people had more unique and trinkety type stuff and just like overall more homey looking places. I think there's a lot of this trend that we've seen for a very long time of the modern home being super sleek and everything white and white walls and white countertops and everything like that, and everything has to be slick and perfect and set away. But I think there's something to be said about having these cute little... Sorry about that, my camera got full, so I had to restart. But I think I was talking about how this gives a really nice effect of kind of homey touches, like things that you would see in your grandma's house. And I think that's something that we've lost quite a bit, that I would love to see coming back into trends for home decor. It's just cute little homey touches that make sense and that are practical and are just, it's just very comforting, I think, is what I love about it. So this is knit with 2 yarns held together, Aran and bulky, to make a super bulky. It's knit on 6mm needles, and it is in English, which is great for us. Oh yeah, and the pattern is free, so that is super helpful. I'm sure there's other examples of different ones you can make. You could even customize it more to yourself or what you prefer, but this one was just a really great example of a free armchair caddy, the one by Joanne's. So that is this pattern. This is very exciting. We are at number 9. So my 9th idea are baskets. So you can make baskets to throw in knitting projects. You could make them to hold blankets, pillows, anything you need. You could have these cute little decorative baskets, and you've probably seen them too at like home decor stores like Home Sense or whatever, where they have these knit baskets. And I've always thought to myself, like, I could definitely make that. I don't need to buy this here. So this is a really fun idea of something you can make yourself. And my suggestion to you guys of a really cute basket for this is the Oodles basket by Deja Joy. This pattern is $4 US, and it's knit super bulky yarn on 5mm needles. This is just so practical and would look so nice in any home. I feel like it's just a great option to, and I feel like cats would like this too. My cat would definitely love to snuggle up in this blanket, or in this basket full of blankets and whatnot. And this stitch pattern for this one is very pretty too. I don't think it says here what kind of stitch pattern this is. Yeah, so it doesn't really say what stitch pattern this is, but it is very beautiful. So I really like this Oodles basket by Deja Joy. If you're a plant mommy or daddy or plant parent, you will love this next one. And my idea is little pot hangers. And this is definitely something that's more commonly done with macrame or even crochet sometimes, but I saw a couple knitting patterns for these and I thought that was such a great idea. It kind of gives a more dainty look, sort of. Very cute, very practical, especially if you love to hang your plants. I think this is such a fun idea. So my knitting pattern suggestion for this is the Star Pot Hanger by Ariana Frasca. And it just looks like a little outfit for your pot, for your plants. Like, it's kind of so cute. I don't know. And the little tassel at the bottom is so adorable. And, you know, who doesn't want their home to feel like a forest? Like, you need to get more plants. If you don't have a plant to knit this for, go get a plant and then make this. And you'll be so happy because your home will be so much cuter when you have a plant in it. The fun thing about this is with macrame, I find it's hard to find macrame that's not white, but with this you could do any color you want that matches your pot or that matches your decor. So that is a really great bonus too, to knitting this type of thing, like a little pot hanger rather than doing macrame. So this pattern uses sport weight yarn with 3.5mm needles. It says hook, but I know it's needles because this is clearly knit. So that's probably just a mistake on here. And it's available for free or for $5. So really great. If you want to support this pattern designer, then you can go ahead and buy the paid version. If you're not able to currently, you can go for the free version. But this is definitely a super cute idea. I'm definitely feeling very inspired just by looking at all of these and going through and talking about this stuff. It's already making me want to knit more home decor. Like, I didn't really have home decor on my radar too much, but I'm already thinking about designing patterns for things along these lines. So I don't know about you guys, but it has awoken a new joy for me. Okay, as promised, the last category, I apologize for having the first one be crochet for the pattern suggestions. So I have a bonus category at the end here, and this is going to be coasters. And who doesn't love coasters? Coasters are fantastic, and knit coasters are so cute. And as you know, because you knit, that's why you're here, that's why you're watching this. But anything fabric or a texture or like fiber arts, that's right, anything fiber is very nice for homeware because it just makes your space feel softer. And I think sometimes things like coasters are oftentimes like pieces of wood or ceramic or things like that, and it can just, when you have too many pieces like that, it can make your home feel very cold. But adding fabrics and things like that, it really warms up the home and makes it very cozy. And so that's why I think knit coasters are such a great idea, and so cute. You just rest your little teacup on a little knit coaster. There's so many ideas for knit coasters and they're all so beautiful. But this one that I really like as coasters is the Leafy Washcloth by Megan Goodacre. Now, these are called washcloths, but they're categorized under coasters, and I would want to use these as coasters because they're so cute, and I love my plants. I have lots of plants in my living room, and just the fact that these look like little leaves, I think goes really well with the whole plant aesthetic that I have going on. So these are super, super fun for coasters, but I guess once again, you could use them as washcloths potentially as well. And it's a free pattern on Ravelry, so that is fantastic. We love a free pattern, and this is DK weight. We have one DK weight this time. Wow! I think last video we had like every single pattern was DK weight, and I was like, oh no, you guys, I have a problem. I only care about DK weight patterns. But yeah, this one is DK weight, and it's knit on 4mm and 5mm needles. Oh, actually, I lied about the DK. There's DK, worsted, and Aran, so you can choose between the three apparently, which is very cool if you're just stash diving and you're trying to find something that you can work with. You can go for DK, Aran, or worsted and make it work for you, which is very cool. Okay guys, that's everything for home decor. I hope that you're itching to make some home decor now. Also, if you are wanting to check out some new and upcoming knitting patterns, I just released a video last week talking about those, so go check that out. I think if you're quick too, some of them are still calling for testers, so if you love testing patterns, go check that video out. You might be able to find something that you'd love to test. But that's all I have for you today, so thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.